You said that despite all of this good economic news here in the United States, it's the tensions offshore like Ukraine, Russia, ISIS, you name it, that's keeping you up at night. Why is it keeping you up at night when clearly it hasn't hurt the stock market here that much?
Well, they're credible threats, first of all, Mandy. So we have to keep that into consideration. But look at the spillover effect, though. If you look at what's taking place, you're right. What's taking place in the Ukraine is not going to impact us directly here in the United States, but the spillover impact could, because you're looking at how it can impact Germany, the Euro region, and then therefore it's going to hit our multinationals and those bottom line numbers. That's where we're going to be hit. But that's a long way away, though. That's the ancillary benefit. Until then, this market's going to continue soaring higher.
Lindsey, I disagree with Todd, so I should probably go to you, but I'll go to Lindsey because she's out there, and we'll come back to you. All right, Lindsey, because we don't export that much to Europe. I understand the fear, Todd, about Germany, but the reality is we don't import much Russian oil, if any. We don't export a lot to Europe. It's a small percentage of our GDP. I don't see the hit. Is there a connection that I'm missing?
Well, remember, too, that the forecast for second half GDP in the U.S. has been very little changed. So we talk about the good reports that we've seen as of late. And sure, an extra 0.2 of growth in the second quarter is a welcome step in the right direction. But we're averaging that off of a very deep decline at the start of the year. So we're growing at about an average 1% pace. And we didn't see any change in terms of the composition when we talk about consumption. We're still at that 2.5% pace, which, again, is a step up from the start of the year, but a far cry from that 4% level that we saw in the second half of 2013. So going forward, very little has changed, regardless of what's happening overseas.
You want me to answer to that?
Please, go ahead, answer that, or my, combative
GDP
nature.
forecast, she's right. I mean, if you look at it, everybody's focused on the quarterly number. Let's look at the first half number. Okay, this economy is growing domestically at 1%. If we go at 3% in the second half of this year, on average for 2014, we finished the year at 2%. With all that being said, none of those numbers right now are taking into account what's taking place with war overseas. And the bottom line is...
Do you think, Todd, that the doctor in Des Moines who wants to buy a new Cadillac is going to say, I can't buy a car?
No, but it could happen.
Ukraine might go to war. He's not saying that.
Let me tell you something.
Nobody says that.
This stock market hasn't seen a 10% decline in over 3 years right now. And we went through a horrible first quarter. You had minus 2.9% GDP, that polar vortex, geopolitical events left and right. Bottom line is the market continues to persevere. However, if you want to add in the ancillary benefit of a potential geopolitical hostile event where the United States of America gets involved, that will hit.
We're not getting involved.
That's way down the line.